What is happening, Internet? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more videos and streams arrive. Special shoutouts to all our heroes, including our ultimates. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, all you got to do is click right here, select the tier that works best for you. So, I saw that XSplit is having some ish tonight. That's going to be fun. Alright, here we go. Yay, my man. He's on fire! Oof. Uh-oh. Splashdown, Season 3, Battle Pass.
Welcome to the waves, and to your very own FORTNITE. Here you can unlock challenges and buy the Battle Pass to recruit this unsinkable crew of drifters. This little stowaway is Kit. Oh, they grow up so fast. I invited Aquaman. He said yes. So I said, can you wear a shirt? He said, no. Then there's Jules, master engineer, with her incredible creations. Explore the FORTNITE to meet everyone in our crew. Plus, check out the Build Umbrella. With the Battle Pass, you can design your own. By the end of the season, it'll be uniquely yours.
Oh, wow.
Throughout your adventure, there'll be new areas to explore, new ways to get around.
Cars!
Hot
Sweet!
new surprises. Watch out! So, buy the Battle Pass and unlock your team of drifters. Start designing your custom umbrella, earn 1,500 V-Bucks, and more. So what are you waiting for, mate? Dive in!
Fortnite presents Waterworld. Huh. Pretty much. We do not speak of Waterworld. Alright, so, I'm gonna have to do the, Battle Bundle real quick. So, fun. Yes, cars, finally. The reason why the movie jammed up a little bit is because people were, what's the word am I looking for? People were doing some stuff, like logging into my game and all that other stuff, or sitting in my lobby. That's fine. What's up, peeps? How you guys doing? So I'm just gonna take care of this. Confirm purchase with Aquaman challenges. Squad information. Oh, I like the deck thing. That's pretty cool. Anything else we can do with style challenges for Aquaman? He's just literally just hanging out there. He's not doing much. Oh, there's the battle pass. That's what I need. Alright, so thank you very much for the gift. You know, I had one of those as a kid. They didn't really work out well for me. Alright, so let's get all the, nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where's my webcam now? This me? No. There I am. And there is our, Streamlabs thing. Cool. Okay. I wish you... Yes, get it. Let's go. Okay, so I get this chick, this dude, Fade, superhero landing, Sky Swimmers. Umbrella. Beachcomber. Meh. Shark Ride, nice. Cool, cool. That dude looks like Aquaman. Kinda. Scuba Jonesy. Okay. Air Shredder. Waterfall ability. Some weird banner. Alright, cool. Alright, let's do some matches then. I guess, be playing as Batman tonight or something, I don't know. None of the new characters really interest me at the moment. Map challenges. Style challenges. New outfits and styles. Level up to unlock Battle Pass outfits. Complete challenges to unlock styles. Complete Aquaman challenges to unlock his outfit and bonus style. The Arthur Curry look. Okay. Done. Buy Season Pass 3. Prerequisites. Complete all Aquaman challenges. 1 of 5. So you can... Wow. I mean, I have to say, Aquaman's comic book costume is pretty dope. That's awesome. I like that. Undisputed King of the Sea. That's right. And we got this guy. Oh! Alright, I can't see because somebody's joining. Oh my gosh. Go away with the party invites. Oh man, I got to find a way to turn off those notifications. So, from what I saw, Fade looks pretty cool. And then we got this girl, Ocean. Clever. Scuba Jones. Looks like a G.I. Joe. If G.I. Joe was Santa. Oh, very cool. From what I can see. I like that. That's pretty dope. Done, done. Buy Season Pass. Done. Reach level 20. Complete challenge from week 3. That's a lot of tattoos. Adorable! That's so cute! Kit! Aww. You coming downstairs? Oh, whoa! That is dope! Eternal Night. And back to Aquaman. I like that. I don't think he wants to. Alright, so how do we do an Aquaman challenge? Map challenges? No, she didn't want to. Unlocks in a couple days. View details. No, you can't play as Aquaman yet. I know, it's kind of a bummer. No, he's just like it took forever for Deadpool to be unlocked. It's going to take a while for Aquaman to be unlocked. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Alright, I can't see! Guys, stop with the party invites. For the love of all that is holy, please. One King of the Beach. What do I need to do? View details. King of the Beach. What are the details? Trident. Awesome. King of the Beach. What do I need to do? Introduce Chapter 2, Season 3. Oh, that's just a cool picture. Alright, you guys will need to help me out. How do I do the first challenge today? I can make an umbrella.
That's very funny you think. His mom wanted to be he doesn't like you.
Ah! That's funny. I mean, he likes all his fans, but...
He likes
Ooh, a Viking!
What is that Jason Momoa does? Doesn't he photobomb people all the time?
Yeah, Jason Momoa photobombs people. Alright, so these are new characters today. You've got Shrek. Or Tech. Is that Tech? Yeah, Tech. You got some girl with a...
I don't know what's going on because I guess he's supposed to be a Viking, but
No, she's not a Viking. No. This is your Viking.
Yeah, but I really think that Norse women was very not famous.
I kind of want to go Viking today. I've got the I'm gonna go with a Viking today. He looks pretty cool. He's not Aquaman, but he's pretty cool. So we bought the Viking today. Magnus. And we got a cool cape. I'm down with that. All right. Yeah, none of these other characters interest me at all. Cap kick.
Tanner wants to know, Luke, is Aquaman outrageous?
Aquaman is outrageous, yeah. Totally. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Silver Fang. Sound good. Alright, so we're gonna go with the Viking today. Where you at, Mr. Viking? Cable. All these weird guys. Cable. Viking. Viking, where you at?
Yes, a new member.
Oh, we got a new member. Oh, actually, no. He's a, that is a... Thank you so much for renewing. Sorry. Still member hype? Alright, so we're going with this guy, and, you know, we're still gonna give him a dragon, because dragons and Vikings go together. That's a tiny cape, yo. Tiny cape for a Viking, man. That works for a Viking. Good.
Well, I mean, they carved the dragons on their ships, so there must have been something out there.
Alright, let me open up the chat so I can see what's going down. Alright, so guys, what do I do to tackle the first Aquaman mission today? You have to wait. Aquaman is the secret outfit. Meh. Oh no. Ooh. Can't tell. I might have scratched the Wii U. Shoot. Yeah, I scratched the screen.
Okay, people are saying you need to go. Yeah, renewed member hype. Woo!
Woo!
The place you need to go is the southwest, in the southwest area called Fortilla.
Fortilla? Alright.
Thank you, Dark Hunter.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Do you like the new skin? I shouldn't pick that. Go to the whirlpool in Fortilla. Okay. I like that I'm playing as a Viking. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty down with that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Your Nintendo Switch clock is set incorrectly. Please set your clock to synchronize. Oh, you punkers.
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? You're ruining my Animal Crossing fun. Gosh.
Wait, it literally told you that you can't have your. Thank you for this. Thank you for the super chat. Ninja Nightwing says, "How, Luke and Amber, how you guys doing today?"
Doing pretty well, thank you.
We both were a little sick today, but we're doing better because we hung out with each other.
I'm a Viking. Oh, there we go. There's Ninja Nightwing. Thank you so much. Viking with a dragon. Now that's something. Ha ha ha. Yar. Woohoo! So this be where the first challenge lies for Aquaman. Oh my gosh, I haven't played this game in so long. I like being a Viking. Oh, ow.
I'm so excited for the new Viking game that's gonna come.
Hi.
But I think that I'm gonna like scream and run away like a little girl as soon as I can do the first level.
You guys want to show me where I'm supposed to go, or did I already mess it up? Probably already botched it. Let me open up my chat. K-Wing the Viking, yes. No? I didn't botch it yet?
Barf the Viking.
Bart. Yeah, Barth. It's not Barf, it's Bart.
I know.
AWOL. Where be the first challenge? Whoa! What? Oh, the first challenge be way over there. Oh, man. Well, I got my work cut out for me, don't I? Is there be a boat anywhere that I could be using? For me Viking.
Okay. Michael's in the chat says you do not need to go to the whirlpool, you have to use the whirlpool at the Fortilla.
So I'm not at the Fortilla? Oh yeah, I could use the pick me up. Whoops. Wait. I'm ready.
Or maybe it's called Fortilla. I don't know.
Tortilla? You look so cool! I'm glad they have a Viking. If they had a Viking before, I hope they have. It looks pretty awesome. So what made them decide to flood the entire map?
No, not Bart. Bart.
Bart the Viking. And yes, there will be a stream of that one game this week.
I never played God of War, me personally.
We don't know.
I don't know, like maybe I will on my channel.
Never say never.
I don't know, maybe someday.
Are you taking me to the Fortilla? Where am I supposed to go?
I don't want our friends to
Bring me there! Where are you going? Go into it! Drive into it! Oh, okay. How do I drive? Dang it! No!
Okay, I think, I don't know, I think Zach says, hey, when hop in my boat, I'm gonna drive you through the place. I don't know if you saw somebody do a boat run.
Is this it? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, that's something. Oh, there it is.
Well, if Zach is on the board now,
Oh, darn. Let me through! It's Waterworld. Alright, I'm in the fort. Where to now? Come on, boat! Come on, boat! Where be the thing? Aw. I'll have to do it next time. Where is it? I'm gonna die! Hooah! Aw, man. Next time. Next time. Thanks for the attempt, though. Appreciate it. He mess up. Yes, he did. He done mess up. You passed it, Luke! Oops.
Oh, Kazak said he brought you to the whirlpool? Did you hop on Kazak's boat?
I was on Kazak's boat. I probably messed something
said
up.
The place I brought you was the whirlpool, Luke.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, Zach. Mm-hmm.
I totally messed it up. See, that's something I would do, so.
Oopsies.
Oops. Hello.
It's okay. I know that Zach and Charles and a lot of people had just spent a lot of time trying to keep me up while he's looking. So it's only because of that I wasn't touching that. Okay, have a great night,
Arr!
Everett.
My Viking is toast. Oh gosh, what was that? That's kind of terrifying. I like being on my little dragon. Oh no! Yeah, 5e emote, guys, if possible.
I'm thinking
I'm thinking.
we're in talks, but only to 7. But it's very sweet with all the hearts. But yeah, thank you. There is a Legends of a Viking that had a lava dragon on a great quest for the tortilla. Thank you, Nightmare Demonic. Victory?
I don't know what that is. Well done, men. Oh, that's one of ours too. So, whose idea was it to basically make Waterworld Fortnite Edition? That's just weird.
Because it's Aquaman.
I don't think Aquaman was the sole reason for it. No.
Well, I mean, the Vikings also, their whole thing was, going...
Ah, there we go.
navigating the water.
There's Cuddle Pool. They got away. Oh, you're back, Zelda? Luke, do I watch anime? Normally, but I haven't watched any new anime for a while. I've been very busy. I want to, though. Pokemon Snap is...
Are you gonna play Pokemon Snap?
We don't know.
2. Yeah, you guys, Luke does know that an outfit has to be earned or something. You know, just kind of out right now. I think you have to earn it, right? Or something.
This has to be unlocked over the course of many, many days. We're doing the first challenge today. I probably have some tags that are messed up, but I'll get to it when I can. I have a terrible gun. This is fun. This is what happens when I go exploring. Oh darn. Oof.
Okay, Mexzilla in the chat says, Midas ordered the match to stop the loot in-game lore.
In-game lore? Whoop! Da-da-da-da. I don't even remember what the loop was. I haven't played Fortnite since May 4th, probably. I wanted to get back to doing more Fortnite, but I got really into, what's the name of that game? Elder Scrolls and some other stuff. Elder Scrolls is fun when it doesn't jam up constantly. Jams up too much. Thanks for watching my back. Uh-oh. Oh, it's one of ours. So they're still doing the spy thing then. Oh, man. Empty. Whoops. Whoops. Yes, spy thing is still going on. Wasn't James Bond supposed to be in this eventually or something? Wasn't that what the plan was? Did the James Bond movie ever come out? I don't think so. If Wonder Woman got moved to October, when is the Bond movie happening now? Oh, ow. My gosh! Ring Wraith!
Who's screeching?
Might be the enemy, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Wait, what is the spy question? James Bond? Is James Bond gonna be in it? Is that what you're asking? So 16-bit couple in the chat says, yeah, the spy thing is still going, kind of.
Kind of, okay.
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
16-bit.
they still have boats and helicopters and all that other stuff, so... Cool. Alright, so next time I have to go to the whirlpool. You added me on the Fortnite? Thank you. Nice job, team.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Sonic Boy. Rose. Thank you so much.
Alright, so I need to go to... I need to go to the weird whirlpool, you said?
Yeah, the one that Zach got you for.
Hmm.
But sometimes people will help you get there. Nightmare says, I meant to say Fortilla Uchi. Luke has a lava dragon and he is a Viking.
I have a lava dragon and I am a Viking. The Viking skin is pretty cool, I like it.
Zach says, do you need me to drive you to the whirlpool?
Yes, Uber me to the whirlpool.
Ben
Uber me.
says, I've never gotten into one of your FORTNITE games, actually. And that's one of our awesome members, Benjamin here. Benjamin, I believe it's like every time Luke makes a new room, is it? Then people have like a few seconds to try to get in. First come, first serve. Isn't that how you do Fortnite? What advice would you give somebody if they haven't been able to get into it?
I mean, what I usually do is after my second match, I reset the room.
Okay. So Benjamin or anybody else trying to get in, Luke will reset their room and I mean, it's not like on Dauntless there's like four people, but on this is like
You can ride the sharks.
there are like
Cool.
how many people at once? They're playing 12. So I mean, just like try to be one of the first people to get in, and there's a good chance that you will get in. I don't know what to say. It's difficult. 100 people can play at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. No way. Really?
No, the Power Rangers event hasn't happened yet, guys. I know people at different, like, Power Ranger, I guess you would call them, publications that have, like, Twitters and stuff like that. They're watching the Dino team-up in the UK, which apparently it's more than one, team-up thing. Like, it's not just, like, a half-hour episode where, the Dino Charge Rangers and, you know, other people are going to show up. I think the episode that Jason is in is probably going to be 2 episodes. Like, he'll show up at the end of one episode, and then, you know, he'll be in the next episode. But the Dino Charge Rangers have actually been in it quite a bit. I think 2 episodes now, or something like that. Pretty cool. So I'm getting all these spoilers from people with the Beast Morpher spoiler tag on Twitter. And I have a friend of mine in the UK that's keeping me up to date with everything cool that's been going on with the episodes. Because I don't care about spoilers about that, because I don't have Nickelodeon, so it doesn't really... Oh! Oh. No, I haven't added people yet.
Alright, Fortnite Sonic Boy, we're gonna add you now. Thank you for sending the friend request.
Adding everybody in. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it.
I know we get this question once in a while, but so far we've been able to do the Fortnite streams and get everybody in to play like the way it is.
What just happened?
Well, I think somebody just invited you to a Team Rumble and you accepted, so you like left your room on accident because you were just like trying to accept all the friend requests.
Wait,
Somebody,
no.
that wasn't a friend request. That was a Rumble request, I think.
Really? Oops.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on, to be honest. But I was gonna answer a question like, yeah, they invited you to a Team Rumble. You have to exit that or whatever.
No, this is Battle Royale.
Oh, never mind.
Pretty
Okay.
sure. Oh, there's the giant whirlpool. Let's go!
Oh, never mind. You're fine then.
Dragon!
So, you guys will be able to try to get in next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be changing teams on the next one.
So, we might be able to do a stream sometime in the future where we could do, like, I know people have requested every once in a while. I see the request for, and I saw that in the chat today, like, for a members-only Fortnite thing.
We'll see.
We'll see. That's just the answer. We'd have to work our way up to it and figure out how that would work. Yeah.
No, I'm not telling you to back off
I
or
know.
anything.
I'm backing myself.
I'm so not used to having a bright light in my face right now.
You're in the wrong whirlpool.
How is that the wrong one?
You're in the wrong one.
What?
K-Wing, wrong whirlpool.
Well, someone selected it for me. Fine. Where is it then? Highlight it. Highlight it!
Does anybody know what whirlpool is?
I mean, that one's been highlighted for me.
Why did somebody highlight it?
I don't know.
Where is he supposed to go, you guys? That whirlpool will not work. From FOM WTMW. You need to go to the small whirlpool. You need to find the small whirlpool. I don't know. Are you guys being straight with us?
I hope people aren't messing with me. Because somebody highlighted that big one for me.
What do you guys think of Isle of Armor so far?
The Pokemon thing?
I mean, I'm glad they made DLC, I guess.
It's okay so far.
It's interesting.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm allowed to, like, it's interesting, like, I feel like they made it a little bit more teen rated than the rest of the game. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Honey and mustard.
There were some points
Okay.
in the video when we were recording where
We broke a little bit.
I was, like, I literally had to put a pillow in front of my face so I wouldn't laugh on the video. But yeah, I feel like they were making it a higher rating, which is good because of, you know, FPC regulations. But yeah, I mean, so far I'm enjoying playing it. Yeah, thank you, Ed. I like playing it.
I'm off on my own little adventure.
K-Wing is doing what I do from this drummer.
Doing what you do? I'm just hanging out with my Viking guy. Ah, my Uber's here. Ready to rock. Yeah, I gotta be on my phone when I'm in an Uber, so gotta play it up.
You're supposed to put your phone on your phone after in case when you're there, someone tries to kidnap you and you can take your phone off.
What do I just go for a swim in there?
I don't know. Are we in the right whirlpool, you guys?
Ah!
Whoa!
That was it?
I'm so confused. What are we supposed to do?
Whoa!
Now what are we doing? What are we supposed to do?
Just hanging out and getting a swirly. Apparently. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, but I don't even know.
Yes, apparently mustard is quite the beast. Also, why are their names Honey and Mustard? I mean, that's just, I don't know. This is a T-rated game, but it's fine.
I just don't understand why. There were so many awkward things in the DLC. Like, why is the girl like, hey, you want to pay $100 to me, and I'll show you my Pokemon? It's like, what
You
the-
did! You said simp! You did.
I don't even know if that episode has gone up again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. No, that was the first episode.
Oh.
I swear it was. I think you did it during the first episode.
I don't know what is going on with that DLC, but I'm just like, it doesn't feel like Pokemon.
Well, you kind of added to it.
I didn't add anything to it. They were the ones who wrote the dialogue.
Yeah, blame the dialogue, people. Viking with a shotgun. Shotgun Viking. Hello. Ready to rock. With Viking.
Charles, if you did say things. Wait, why would you just pay somebody money just to see what Pokemon they have in their hand? That's so stupid. You're just like donating money to her just because she's a girl for no reason. It's not like she gave you anything for it. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
This is one point where the high ground just doesn't... Friend request received. Awesome, thank you. Ah! Thanks for having my back.
So yeah, no, I'm glad I am glad, but seriously though, I am glad they made the DLC. It's nice.
Yeah, we're having fun with the DLC. We don't know how long it is though. Like, I don't know how long the DLC is, how many episodes we're gonna get out of it, but
I'm surprised the trainer at the beginning, like every other trainer is like, I'm, Misty. I'm the trainer from the Ice Realm. I'm here to help you along the way. Pokemon is about positivity. And then, like, this guy in this DLC is like, oh, you're really good at this. Well, even though you beat me mercilessly to a pulp, I don't think you're good enough. So, I'm just gonna go on my way. You should probably leave because you'll never cut it, kid. And it's like, what?
it's just, I know...
It's so confusing because it's like, I thought Pokemon was supposed to be positive.
I'm gonna get a little flack for this, but it really feels like that she's seeing someone other than Mustard.
Oh my god! I mean, obviously it feels
She feels like one of those type of ladies, that's all. It's just, you know, she's not dressing that way for her husband.
I don't think there's a coincidence, but... I'm sorry, but the lady is like, she looks like she's 30.
She's got a couple pool boys.
She has like an 80s vibe to her, so that would be like, you know...
Hello, Mrs.
There's
Robinson.
lots of people from the 80s that are like, our age already. Like 30-something. And he's like 90s. I don't know. It's weird.
Yes!
I'm just thinking, like, what's going on here?
The dialogue options.
And then, like, usually, like, if a younger lady, like, marries an old guy, they'll end up dressing appropriately for the part. Like, oh, okay, I married this really old guy, so I'm gonna be wearing, like, basically dressing, like, I don't know, in blouses and very long skirts.
Yeah, she's not doing that.
Respectable.
She's not doing that.
She's just like, hey! I don't know.
Ouch!
I'm gonna go over here.
That was painful. Right from the bushes. Ouch. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so, how long is the DLC? Does anybody know? Like, how many episodes do you think we can stretch out? About 4.5 hours? So, probably like 10 episodes. That's not bad. Another fun game that we played today was Burnout. Burnout Paradise Remaster. Pretty fun on the Switch. Although, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me out with this. It feels like they censored a couple of the legendary cars, like Kit. Doesn't feel like Kit at all. And, let's see, what else? The General Lee, it doesn't even have an American flag on it. I can understand if the Southern flag would be kind of a problem, but why don't they have, like, the American flag or the colonial flag? They just, like, completely changed the General Lee. You can still get its orange color scheme with the number 1, and it has the same horn, like the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But, like, they completely changed the way the car looks, kind of. So I was just thinking, why can't they just use the colonial flag, like with the 12 colonies on it, or if they're going for something historical, or rather just use the, you know, the regular flag, the American flag. They've got, like, an Italian flag or something. It's really weird. And the Ghostbusters car, it pretty much looks the same, but they changed the siren. Like, so you don't have the iconic Ghostbuster siren, you got, like, this really annoying, probably say, like, 1950s police siren. The kind of cars that my grandpa used to drive, like, when he was a patrolman. It's really annoying, loud siren that just... very annoying. Whoa!
Oh, the game looks really cool, though.
You guys won real fast.
They took out the Beacon Hazard car.
Yeah. Well, no, they kept the car. The General Lee is still in it. They just changed the,
But it doesn't have the same fleet on it. It doesn't have the southern flag. I reckon you use a lot of
If it wasn't for the 12 colonies, there'd be no United States, though, Ed. You can't like get everything right. Return to the lobby. Good job, guys.
Okay, guys, let's not talk about slavery in the chat.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to swap out our team members. Also, gonna try to add as many friends as I can before we get jumped into another game. At least that's the plan. I don't know how well that's gonna work. New match. That's right. That was real fast. You guys were like crazy. Alright, who starred in Waterworld, though? Was it...
It's probably for the best.
Was Waterworld was Kevin Costner, right?
It's probably for the best. Huh?
Kevin
Kevin Costner was in
Costner was in Waterworld? Do they have, like, any Waterworld costumes? If they're going, like, full-blown Waterworld? Alright, so let's add some more people that have requested it. And I'm gonna swap teams. Because it's not necessarily about dominating the other team. It's getting as many people in the game as possible to play. So. There we go.
New match. Oh, Luke, did you add the new friend request?
I'm adding the friend request right now.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna leave.
You don't need to leave. You see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to add people. Just give me a second, please.
What do I need to watch the chat for?
I don't know.
People are like, are you watching the chat?
Uh,
Oh, yeah, I saw. I don't understand what the comment means. I saw your comment, Luke Gamer. I don't think Luke only has one battle pass, right?
yeah, we can't give out battle passes. We're not that kind of channel. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, I don't think that Fortnite even gives us extra stuff at all.
No, we're not partnered with Fortnite at all. Nope. We'll never be partnered with Epic.
Whatever
So
we have, like, we have 2 accounts, so whatever we have, like, I mean, we might be able to give it to one person, but that would be kind of like, if we gave it to one person, then we wouldn't kind of be unfair to everyone else. Maybe we could have a giveaway or something if we had.
we don't even have the option to give people V-Bucks stuff.
We'd have to have, like, an official giveaway. We couldn't just pick a random person.
Now, how do I do this again? I leave party, and this is how new people come in. I believe. Okay, here we go. New team. Why is it not doing it?
Okay, you guys,
There we go.
If you're trying to get in, the people who said they haven't gotten in.
New team, go, 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 go,
Go
go.
right now, jump in, you guys.
Fight to the death.
People said they've been trying to get in.
There you go.
Oh, Chad's car broke down yesterday.
No, Chad, just Chad's car. Did we get new people in? Looks like we got some new people in. You're in! Hey! There you go, Benjamin! Nice!
Ben says, OMG, I'm in. Yay. Guys, if you haven't gotten in yet.
I'm still saying that there were 13 colonies. Was it 12 or 13 colonies? I don't even remember anymore. 13?
I mean, there were 13 original colonies that were, but I don't know. I guess there's some people who think they weren't. I don't know, but for me, I don't think.
Jersey, New
Oh my
York,
gosh.
Pennsylvania. That's 12. What would be the 13th?
Well, there might have been some original.
Rhode Island? No.
Alright, I'm just gonna look it up right now. Alright.
Had to switch off of PC. Yeah. Well, the East Coast is has tons of smaller little states. I did ready up, didn't I? So that's the new surf music. Yeah, I readied up. We're just waiting on the new people. So you guys who just joined, you gotta ready up. I'm all ready to go. New subscriber, welcome.
I'm trying to find a list of them. Everyone is it talks about it all over the internet, but they don't have a list.
Wiki it.
Here's the thing. Okay, so New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Rhode Island.
Yep, the smaller states.
Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and then North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. There was no Maine.
Georgia was part of the...
Not West Virginia was not there.
No.
No, I'm saying, like, look, Maine didn't exist.
Oh, Maine wasn't part of it yet.
Whatever this state over here was not existing.
What about Vermont? Because they had battles in Vermont.
There's no Vermont.
Oh, so they just...
We're on another Earth.
No.
There's no West Virginia. West Virginia's gone.
Well,
Ohio, not there.
Battles of the Revolution took place. Vermont. There was some... I thought there was some in New Hampshire. Rhode Island. Jersey.
Well, I'm
some in New York.
That's supposed to teach children about certain times, so.
You have the Revolutionary War Monument in Vermont. There was a lot of stuff that happened in Vermont.
Also, the way these states looked probably wasn't the way they originally looked.
Yeah.
They probably weren't fully fleshed out. They probably were more along the coastline, to be honest.
Yeah, that's... The last one before the war was Georgia, it said. Okay. Yeah, I discounted Georgia. Okay. Alright. Alright. That's fine.
Georgia on my mind.
It's called Google. Use Google. It helps. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess I could put the Aquaman picture there, but I've been using this Batman picture forever. Whoa! Alright, so that was the only Aquaman challenge today, or... You guys explain the Aquaman challenge to me.
I think some people were joking about 10.
I never said 10.
12.
I said 12 by accident. I always discount Georgia. Sorry. Georgia came in, like, right before. I think it was the last one. And I think Georgia's named after King George, though? Or something like that. I don't know. That's interesting that Vermont wasn't a state yet.
Yeah, Vermont's not there. Maine is not there.
It's really freaky to walk the forests of Vermont, though. Like, where all that... Oh, yeah. Where all that... where some of those battles took place. It's really creepy. You do not want to go to certain parts of Vermont when it's foggy. It's just... People say they hear things.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, I had this one... I forget who it was. It was someone who went to our church, and they said that sometimes, like, you could hear the sounds of muskets or something, like...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Creepy.
Well, it's creepy when you go to, like, that area of New York where, you know, your grandparents used to live.
There weren't a lot of battles that happened in New York, though. There was
monuments.
upstate a little bit. but it wasn't that much.
There was stuff going on all
Like
over
Washington's
Pennsylvania.
headquarters were located in what became Peekskill and Poughkeepsie.
The place I would not want to go in the forest at night would be New Jersey.
I wouldn't want to go to New Jersey, period, but
Well, no, especially with the forest at night.
Sleepy Hollow is not somewhere you
Oh
want to
my
go.
gosh, you and I got almost stuck there.
We did.
At one point.
We
and
almost.
it was at night.
Yep. Yep.
Did you know
It was a
that-
foggy night
Did
too.
you know that even before Ichabod Crane like had all that freaky stuff happen to him in Sleepy Hollow,
Mm-hmm.
there were legends going on that crazy stuff was going on and people were disappearing there for decades, if not like a century before. There was something really weird that happened at Sleepy Hollow even before Ichabod.
Sleepy Hollow is like spook central. It's just creepy.
Actually, Massachusetts is pretty creepy, to be honest. I'm so glad I'm not there anymore.
Sounds of muskets. Ah!
It's a beautiful, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state. The people there are hardworking, very kind, and
Sounds of muskets and men shouting, like shouting orders and stuff like that.
but like Massachusetts has so much.
Ghost of the Minutemen.
Massachusetts has some.
Massachusetts got a lot of
Crazy
freaky
stuff.
stuff.
Like I couldn't even sleep at night in this state until I moved to Pennsylvania, and I could actually sleep. I slept for the first night because there's so much stuff going on.
There's a multiverse in the chat. What?
Multiverse crisis? No.
No.
Not multiverse, something
Oh.
else.
Ah! Leave my Viking alone!
Yeah, the Alamo had a lot of battles. Well, the Great Battle.
I'm not really familiar too much with Civil War stuff because I studied the Revolution because I was in a state that was... I mean, I know I live in Pennsylvania now. I should probably know about
Yeah, Luke, now
stuff.
that you live in Pennsylvania, you need to research the history of the state.
No. I had to know a lot about the Revolution when I was a kid, though, because, you know, you could literally go to different places and write your reports. It was pretty cool. I did a lot of stuff on Vermont.
That's so weird. How could Vermont be part of the revolution if it wasn't in a state?
It was it bordered New York. There
Maybe there were people that lived there, but it wasn't an official state.
I don't know, but there were people that fought there.
Because there was a lot of territories, too. Like, there were states, and then there were half states. Like, there were things that...
How
were
did that
not-
person not see me standing right there? Was that a bot?
There were people that lived places, but it wasn't an official state yet.
That's really weird, because, I mean, there was a lot of interesting stuff that happened in Vermont. So, I can't believe it wasn't a state. That's weird.
It says, what are some more scary things that you know, Luke? Oh my gosh.
Too many.
no
Don't.
insight.
Let's not get into it.
Oh my gosh, so like the old church that we used to go to where Luke's dad was a pastor in Massachusetts, it was one of the oldest churches in the area that we were in, like south of Boston.
Burn to the ground.
And what? It burned to the ground?
Originally.
Oh, originally.
Yeah, it was.
That church, I am not kidding you. If you were out there really early when it was dark or near, like, late at night or whatever, man.
Plymouth had a lot of ghost
I'm
stories,
telling
too.
you, I could tell you some stories. My friend lived near downtown Plymouth, right where there were so many freaky stuff going on near Plymouth, where my friend lived, and that's where the Mayflower originally landed,
Mm-hmm.
that I already told you about this, and I cannot go into detail because then I can't talk about it. But basically, she had some stuff happen in her apartment, and she lived almost right where they have, like, when you go to Plymouth and you have the recreation of the Mayflower, you guys, which I never actually got to go on, but Luke told me it was built for short people, so it would have been perfect for me.
It would have been
So,
perfect for Amber to walk around on that thing.
But, you know, you get to see the Mayflower, it's right there. Then the Pebble where they originally landed, and then they prayed for, you know, that God would help them get through the winter, etc. And then, like, so there's that Pebble, the rock, Plymouth Rock.
It's a
and
pebble.
It's split open now.
It's really
but
small.
That's where they originally stood and landed. But then if you see up the hill, there is a burial site of all the people that died in the winter.
Yeah.
Because most people did not make it. So like there's this huge mass grave, and like they have if you actually visit Plymouth, they have I don't think I should be talking about this, but they have ghost tours every night there.
Yes, they do.
Like, and people literally see stuff every single night in that town. And my friend, she lived a block away from that mass grave, and she had really crazy stuff happen in her apartment. Like, really crazy. Like, literally, if that stuff happened in my apartment, I wouldn't care if I
Just don't talk about this
I'm
stuff.
not gonna talk about it. I'm just saying, if that stuff happened to me, I would not care if I was out $3,000. I would just freaking leave. I would never come back. I would be like, keep the deposit. I am out of here. I'm gone. Like, I cannot believe that she was just like, well, is it inexpensive apartment?
Inexpensive,
so
yeah.
I'll just keep staying here. I was just like, okay, well, whatever.
I used to get freaked out because I didn't know that there was a reservation near us. So when I would hear the Indian drums and the shouting and stuff, sometimes
Yeah, oh my god.
I was getting freaked out.
We had a Native American reservation very close to where we were, and we were living not in Plymouth, but like close to, we were living in Boston, I don't know if you say that, but like there was a huge Native American reservation around this area, and we didn't know this, but we lived like right across from it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So the lake that was near like a golf course where we lived was actually a lake that was also bordering the Native American reservation. So, and then that reservation was huge. It was like the size of a county. So like this wasn't like a small like town. This was like a huge reservation. Like there were tons of people. Yeah, there would be drums and like, you know, all kinds of stuff going on. And it wasn't until after a year we had lived there that Luke was like, this is so freaky, I hear them every night, the drums. And I was like, Luke, you realize that they always do drumming and stuff? I was like, I visited a reservation before, that's like part of their culture, they always do drums. And you're like, what do you mean? There's no Native Americans around here, and I'm like, we live next to a reservation.
Did we ever clarify? Like, did we find out that it was real?
Well, Luke, I showed you on the map. It said on the map, but I've never been there.
I never saw it though. Like,
But no, I showed you on the map.
yeah, you showed me on the map, but it never mind.
You don't think anyone was left there, living there?
I think that there used to be a reservation there.
It said there was on the map.
Right, but never mind.
And this is why, and I won't go into any more stuff, but basically, this is my theory why New Jersey is such a difficult place to live, because the whole state of New Jersey is basically on a Native American burial ground.
Did is Fort Ticonderoga in upstate New York? Can you just type Fort Ticonderoga? I think it's upstate New York. There's a lot of freaky stuff that happens there. I did not. We had to go there for a school field trip. I did not like it. It was just really messed up.
How is it spelled? Fort
Ticonderoga. Fort Ticonderoga. The Revolutionary War and Spanish-American War, or not Spanish, sorry, French and Indian War fort.
Oh, it's in New York.
Yeah, it's in upstate New York. I did a paper on it.
Well, you know, they say, well, actually, I believe the real reason those Native American burial sites are, let's say, okay, I don't know if the word I just said.
Ah!
You don't want to go there. I don't really think it's supposed to be Native Americans. I think it's just something else. Never mind.
Because the French and Indian War was before the Revolution.
I don't know. I think it's...
That's kind of how Washington got famous for the, like that. That's also where he developed the guerrilla warfare tactics that he would later use against the British troops. I mean, he stole it, or he borrowed it, or whatever you want to call, remixed it from working with, trying to remember the tribe that Washington helped fend off people in the French and Indian War. Ow.
Turtle Fan lives in Western New York.
Ooh! Western New York's always fun. Yeah, I lived in upstate New York for most of my life. So I don't know. I wanted to get out as many field trips as possible, and I did not like the field trips where we had to stay overnight, like in that town. It was always freaky.
Turtle Fan says he
Yep. It always, like, things based on the Revolutionary... There's so many stories in the East Coast of, like, Revolutionary War ghosts and French and Indian War ghosts. Because of, like, you know, just all the stuff that happened during those things. And I know there's a lot of Civil War stories, too. But I don't know any of those because I've never lived in a state that was really a part of the Civil War, except for Pennsylvania now.
Now that I'm going through all the Assassin's Creed stuff, one by one, maybe you can help me go through that one Assassin's Creed game, or you said you were going to go through all the history of it.
Oh yeah, the Revolution with Connor. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do that together. It would be fun.
Because I've actually, most of the places that Connor walks in, like, the Assassin's Creed game, it's like, I've been to some of those places.
I actually don't think it's good. Never mind. I don't think I'm allowed to say, but okay, fine. I'll just say I have my own theories of why this Native American area boundaries is so messed up, and I don't think it's because of the Native Americans. I personally, fine. I'll just say it. And people can think I'm crazy if I want to, but I won't say it.
Just don't say aliens.
Okay, it's not technically aliens.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna say aliens!
No, I wasn't!
Yes, you are!
Apparently there were some things that were on in America before the Native Americans got here, and they had to take those things down and bury them. And some people believe those are the Native American burial grounds, but other people believe there's something else in there.
Go away. Go away.
Giving off a strange vibe and making people crazy. What?
Making somebody crazy.
I'm not gonna spell it out, but there's something.
And now all Amber's credibility is just whoosh.
No,
Whoosh.
we're not. Why would the government say we're not allowed to dig it up? Because they'd be afraid that we could find that stuff that's really.
You're gonna get the MIB after us, Amber.
Oh my gosh, I really hope not.
You take a serious thing and then you bring in your little green men.
Nope, they're not green, and they're definitely not little. It's debatable whether they're men. I'm sorry! What?
I do not share Amber's ideals with that kind of stuff. Amber is a strange one, I'll say that. Alright guys, let's do one more and then we're gonna bring in the new team. Ay. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm adding some more people. Oh my gosh, Amber.
Fine. I was just kidding. I don't think that. Gosh. You guys think I thought that? Gosh. What? Haha. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. You're supposed to be the smart one.
Turtle Beat says this is in conspiracy theories with the Asians.
Don't loop me in with her. This is all her.
It's just me.
This is all her. It's all Amber.
Honestly, though.
I do not
let's just
share
pretend
the same
that
opinion.
That I'm saying. Honestly, though, if I was a Native American and everybody was taking my land, I definitely would curse the land that I died on. I think I would. I'd be like, you know what? You can take my land, but I'm gonna curse this land, and it's gonna be bad. It'll be bad.
They did that though.
You really think so?
Yeah, not all the tribes were good though. There were tribes that fought each other, and there were tribes that were good, and there were tribes that were bad. Just like there were bad settlers, and there were good settlers.
Yeah, they were very peaceful.
Mm-hmm. The Battle of Fort Ticonderoga. We were actually helping a good tribe in upstate New York, or like the New York colonists were, and there was a bad group that were actually fighting with the French against the couple tribes. So.
Sorry.
It's fine. You just
I said the wrong thing.
took my
yet
serious
again.
conversation and then you just turned
I
it
think
into
20
aliens.
People just left.
I would leave too.
Darn it.
I would leave too.
I was trying to come here to support you.
My opinion is not the same as Amber's. I don't believe in little green men during the French and Indian War or the
No,
Revolution.
they're not. I'm not talking about green men. I'm talking about something else that I can't talk about.
I
You
mean,
guys will just have to read my book when I'm 70. I'll write it.
yeah, people are still around at that point. Oh my goodness, I've never heard that theory before. Though. Not even theory. I've never heard that horrible bedtime story.
You haven't even heard what I think is buried there.
I don't want to know.
Did you know that
Santa Claus.
Abraham Lincoln also said that something was buried?
He didn't believe in aliens.
No, it's not aliens. It's something else.
Yes, spiritual forces. Right. But those aren't aliens.
I didn't say they were aliens. I said something is buried there.
No, you basically said.
No, I didn't.
No, you pretty much. You should have led with the spiritual stuff. You talked about aliens.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
I said something that was there before them. I don't know.
I have a dragon with my Viking friend.
Fine. You want me to
No.
say it or not?
No. Obviously no. When can I drive the cars?
I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah. Go to bed, Amber. We're gonna talk about that stuff. See ya. Whoa! I thought we could drive the cars. Is that coming?
Some of these people are having fun.
Well, I'm glad they're having fun. Oh my goodness. Oh. Are we waiting for like the car update or something? Because that would be pretty cool. I saw cars. I mean, they've always had cars lying around though. Okay, don't take this. This is mine. I don't know why you do that. I don't understand. I don't know. Wait, did my gun just get... No! It's my gun! My gun... Oh! Blast it. Alright, guys, space out so I can get some weapons, okay?
I don't know what... You guys, the games that you guys are mentioning, like God of War and Warframe, I've never played them, so I don't even know what they're like.
I've played Warframe. I don't think I'll ever do stuff with Warframe, if that's what people are asking. I got into Fortnite because of Batman, and then I just kept playing with you guys every once in a while. No! No! Mine! Mine! Dibs! Dibs! Okay, cool.
Sonia Wilt says, I do not need to sleep. I am wide awake.
Oh, you're fine. You probably, as long as you don't live like in upstate New York or Sleepy Hollow or anything like that, you'll be fine. There's, you know.
Marie says, today I was stalked by my cat.
Stalked by your cat? That's fine.
S.A. Spurs says, I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about Crom? Yes, Crom is buried there.
No. Don't let Amber start up again, guys. It's time to move on. We had our fun. Amber's just gonna make it weird. It was already a weird conversation, but then Amber sees things that are weird, and then she thinks she has permission to go full-blown crazy.
Yeah, I've seen K-Bro play God of War before.
Yeah, I've played God of War.
He said it was like Monster Hunter. No.
No, it's not like Monster Hunter. No.
Kind of. You're fighting beasts.
No.
It's not like
No.
Monster Hunter.
The giant bosses are like massive bosses that you fight like over the course of the story. It's not like you're running around on an open field and all of a sudden this giant monster descends and you gotta attack it. And no, it's not like Monster Hunter. I had to review 2 God of War games for 2 different publications that I worked for. I did a walkthrough for God of War 2. Like, I had to do a full written walkthrough. And I had to do a video review of God of War 3, I believe, and later Dante's Inferno. And I had to do both a written review of I had to do a written review of Dante's Inferno. I had to do 2 video reviews. And I needed to do a tips and tricks video. I did not enjoy Dante's Inferno. But I had to do it. It was my job.
Someone said God of War is mythology.
Yep, God of War is mythology. It's a fun game, but it's got some stuff in there that you probably wouldn't like.
People said those games have a lot of F-bombs, so I probably, if it has a ton of F-bombs, then I probably wouldn't.
That's
really
not,
play it.
the language isn't the problem with the God of War games. It has a lot of adult stuff that guys would like. There's a lot of
Okay, fine.
fan service.
I know, women in outfits.
No, that's not else.
Alright, fine. And I probably wouldn't like it.
No, you wouldn't like it.
Because I get annoyed when you watch anime.
The anime that I watch is way tamer
I
than
know
God
it
of
is, and I
War.
get annoyed at that. I know.
And
if Luke watches any anime that a girl, like there's 3 girls after one guy, and they're all like, "May I sit next to you?" I don't know. I can't think of Rio. Whatever her name. And they're like, "I like you too, Rio, and I'm sporty, and I'm shy, and I like you, Rio." And he's just like, "I don't know if anyone else like me," and they're all like crowded around his desk. He's like, "I guess I can go home with you. Can you share my information?"
there's no such thing as an anime without fan service.
I don't understand why Susie is upset at me. I only went home with Marguerite because she offered her umbrella. Why would she do that? Like, because you're sharing your umbrella with 3 different girls?
Oh my god. Ah! This is insane.
That's why. No, Luke likes to watch,
Careful here.
well, you like to watch romantic comedies.
I watch rom-coms, yes.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
I don't... I stay away from a lot of the,
Weird stuff.
No.
And sometimes people try to suggest weird stuff to us and like, this will be really great, and we're looking at it. Luke, the only stuff Luke watches really is stuff he even watches.
What? Oh.
Probably one of the most like out there animes we've ever watched is Sergeant Frog.
I love Sergeant Frog. It's a parody.
I know, but I'm saying like we don't like to watch stuff that has really bad jokes.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
What? I don't even like stuff that has bad jokes.
Oh, I mean, can't get away from it fully.
Yes, you can. You can just stare at the wall and never do anything except look at the trees. You know, the trees, they give off their own light. And scientists are trying to decipher whether you can actually, if you sit under a tree long enough, you can understand the light.
Oh, okay, Emperor. Okay. Oh, we started talking about freaky stuff, and then Marie the Haunted Doll shows up. Oh boy.
She's been there, haunting the cat for a while. She said, I dare.
I dare.
That was from a while ago.
Okay. Nice to see you, Marie. Wow, this is just like an all-out bloodbath. This map is crazy.
Our fans, along to get us to watch a quote sweet rom-com anime that turned into some kind of murderous.
Oh, don't you talk about that!
I won't say the name of the
Oh
anime,
my gosh, you're bringing this up.
But basically, I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks because we got tricked into watching that, and then they were like,
I gave it away.
yeah.
I gave that away.
Basically, if there's anything really creepy or weird, we like get it out of our house immediately. I don't like this stuff in my house.
Cover me! Wait, is that Batman? Batman! You're not Batman, but you have a Batman cape. Good job.
Alright, see you, Benjamin.
Alright, we weren't doing well with like a full-on crazy battle. So... Oh. There you go. What now, guys?
Yeah,
I'm claustrophobic!
David's talking about how the Norse actually discovered America before
Oh, the Vikings? Yeah, the Vikings need to get some more love in history, aside from all the terrible atrocities they did.
I
Name...
will still say that all the other countries were doing just the same thing. It's just the Vikings didn't have a country yet.
Name one civilization that did not destroy another civilization to get to where they are. I'll wait. There is no civilization...
Ireland.
Nope. Ireland did bad stuff too. There's no civilization that didn't commit any form of atrocity toward another human being. It's just not possible. There were so many countries that fought each other over stupid things like land and hunting rights and all kinds of bizarre stuff. Humans at their base are evil. They just are.
Thank you for the super chat, SA Spurs. Says, Jalen, I need help with Sword Art Online. So I get Power Realization or wait for the new Sword Art Online to come out.
I mean, the new Sword Art Online might be difficult for you. If you don't have like a... if you aren't familiar with the mechanics of SAO, it could be a little... I wouldn't say challenging. I like Hollow Realization, personally.
Super chat, SA Spurs.
Thanks, SA. But, like, Hollow Realization is kind of a fun game. I wanted to get back to it, but I didn't get a chance to yet. I will be covering the new one if you want to take a look at it, but if you want to get started on an SAO game in the meantime, the Hollow Realization that's on the Switch is actually pretty decent. Fatal Bullet is... Fatal Bullet's going to take some time to get adjusted to things. They're still out there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Chad. The Philippines got invaded by all kinds of people.
Yep.
It's horrible.
Ah! I got offed by Ray, of all people. Come on.
No, you guys, I probably won't.
This
do
is just
it.
insane.
If Luke wants to play God of War on his channel, he can do it. But for me, if it has
I'm
really
good.
bad stuff towards women, I probably won't be able to handle it.
Ah! Yeah, Amber doesn't like raunchy stuff in games or movies. I'm not a super fan of that kind of stuff either, so I don't play a lot of R-rated games. Hello.
Honestly, though, I don't know if like.
Oh!
It's so.
Viking power!
Thank you so much for the super chat, Devin.
Hello, Devin.
Great to see you. He said hello.
But anyway, back to the SAO thing. Check out Hollow Realization for the Switch. I think you'll like it. You'll get used to the gameplay. The new SAO game that's coming out in 3 weeks. About 3 weeks. It has a completely different set of controls. And, yeah. It's just like that one SAO game that came out before Hollow Realization. That game also, like the Lost Song or whatever, plays differently. So, it's up to you, but if you want to get your feet wet now, I would say try to do Hollow Realization, learn the mechanics, and then by the time the SAO game comes out, give it a shot. Sometime in the fall or maybe like January of 2021, and you know, you'll probably like it a little bit more.
Yeah, we will be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I personally do think Christopher Columbus did discover America, though. Even though I am, like, Norse and whatever, and Viking of nature and stuff, it doesn't matter that the Vikings discovered it. They didn't tell anyone about it. Like, nobody knew because they were busy pillaging everybody.
It's like someone who makes a copyright and gets the credit before, like, the original people.
They didn't show the... Christopher Columbus... You know, he made the New World known to the whole other world. He showed people that it was there. There was probably tons of people besides the Vikings that were there. In fact, there people have found like Crusaders armor and stuff from like 5,000, like I don't know, 2,000 years ago, like from the time of the Crusades that was over in America, which doesn't make any sense. How
they were there.
So, I'm just saying, like, and obviously the Native Americans obviously came over to America at some point. So, I mean, there's tons of people that discovered America before Columbus. But I still say he discovered it because, you know, he was the first person who showed the rest of the world, like, hey guys, this is over here. Like, and even though he didn't, like, mean to do it, like, I think that I'm done.
How are you?
I still think that he discovered it.
I still think the Vikings should get more credit, though. But as soon as mankind was able to travel by boats, I mean, you had all kinds of different, you know, civilizations that ended up over here at some point in time, but they didn't really survive the harsh environments.
See you, K-Zach.
Later, K-Zach.
I mean, you guys are free to believe what you want. I think that the Vikings did a lot of cool stuff that people will never... Like, people just see the Vikings as, like, people that had these weird helmets and stuff, but in reality, they were so much...
Their helmets were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like their helmets.
What I get really mad about is, like, when, like, people said, like we were talking to that one developer, and was saying, like, he was saying that, you know, they didn't really wear helmets exactly like that. The truth is, number one, I have read several books about Vikings, and although those helmets are not mentioned, the idea of the helmets is a thing, because they believe that, like, horns, like, they symbolize knowledge, and the Vikings were all about knowledge, and, like, the stuff people they worshipped and stuff possibly had horns. Or possibly creatures with horns. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the whole thing of having horns on your head is a Viking concept. Whether or not, like, that was... Apparently, like, people say that they stereotyped Vikings in opera. Back, like, with opera a long time ago.
They found
they
helmets.
had the helmets that... And then that's what people say. Like, oh, well, there was no real helmets. Vikings never wore horned helmets. It was just an opera, but it's hard for me to believe that.
They have pieces in museums with Viking helmets like that.
I know, I've seen that. So that's what
You can't ignore history if it's staring you in the face. Do I think Vikings in the early days look like what our interpretation of Vikings would be, with the helmets and like the chainmail and the different types of armor? I think at some point they ended up looking like that, but there are so many different types of Viking helmets and armaments and axes and boats and all kinds of stuff. There were lots of different tribes of Vikings too, so it wasn't just like one group.
They came from a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
They came from like Denmark, Sweden, everywhere.
Yep. And just like there were different civilizations, like, and they had their own culture, there were different Vikings that had different ways of life and different all kinds of stuff, you know.
But I mean, like, one of the coolest things that I think about the Vikings is, like I know, like, a lot of they say, like, the men and the women, actually, the women went on the boats with them a lot of the times, and would, like, go with them and then settle.
The Vikings did care about hygiene, aside from, you know, massacring large groups of people. They were very clean, so to
But,
speak.
like, the things that the Vikings did that most people can't comprehend is, like, number one, like, the Spanish Armada and stuff, they had way more money and ships than the Vikings did, yet they could not get over to the New World.
Nope.
They couldn't figure out how to do it. The Vikings had less money, less quality of their ships, but they had knowledge. That was the whole thing about Vikings.
They were able to sail all the way to America,
They were
yep.
able to figure it out. They used this thing, like, called I forgot what it was called, but it was some kind of stone, and they would hold it up to the sunlight and figure out where the angle of the sun was, even on cloudy days. Because most people, they wouldn't go venturing out into the
Batman.
city, into the ocean. Yeah, they're basically like Batman.
No, somebody asked me, would I rather be Aquaman or Batman? I said I'd be Batman.
But yeah, like, it's all about, that's what I like about Vikings.
I don't like water.
It's all about their ingenuity and being able to, like, even though nobody else has done it, they were still able to figure it out, you know?
Mhm.
That's what I like about them. I think they're really cool. And that's why, I do hope that I can play the new Viking Valhalla game, but my only problem with it, if it gets way too violent for me, yeah, I might have to stop, because I can only take so much.
Norse women, aka Viking women, could own land and fight alongside men. Yes, they were known as shield maidens. Like, they would go into war and stuff. They didn't just sit at home and they stay with the kids. They would go out and they would fight with their husbands.
Yep.
And they could own land, yep. There was a lot of cool things that the Vikings were able to do. And they were kind of like a democracy, in a sense. They had a lot of freedom, but, you know, their civilization wasn't perfect. But we're not getting into, you know, because every civilization has atrocity stories. That's the thing. Even Eskimos did some pretty interesting things, you know? It's how it is. Sometimes there was no peaceful... Like, it's not like you could have a delegation today where we've done pretty good at... Well, I mean, there are a lot of wars, but there could be a lot more wars. Okay, that's weird. Everything's flooded, even here in this, like, stuff. That's gonna get used. I'm waiting for Kevin Costner to show up, like, and some of the Waterworld enemies. They need to bring those in. That'd be hilarious.
Who is a Viking in real life? I am.
Amber's part Viking.
I am. Vikings came from Denmark, Sweden, Norway. It's debatable if there were Vikings from Scotland. Probably not. But
I don't believe so, no.
So Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and they settled in Norway and Iceland, Greenland, etc.
Amber has a lot of Norse Viking genes.
I am Norse. I am Swedish. I'm not Finnish, but I am Danish. I'm Norse, Danish, and Swedish, and then the rest of me is all Celtic. So basically, I'm almost 100% Viking, and then a little bit Scottish. So the other side of me is from the I don't want to say crazy, but very wild Celtic people. So I'm just saying, like, I almost every part of me is like from Viking descent. So
like my
I would say I am Viking.
My ancestry didn't start until like my dad's family, or like distant relatives or whatever, came over on the Mayflower, and then they fought in the Revolution and the Civil War and the Spanish-American War and all that other stuff. And then my mom's family came from Ireland and Portugal during the right before the Great Depression. So my mom is from an immigrant family, and my dad is from the colonists, like the Mayflower people. So I have two types of ancestry. I've got a family that wasn't involved with America until probably about 4 to 5 years before the Great Depression, when they came over from Ireland and Portugal. And my dad's side had been over here since the Mayflower. They fought in the Revolution. So, you know. And they all lived, coincidentally, in the New York area, which is weird. So, going back hundreds of years, my family was New Yorkers. If you really think about it, they were all up, like, New York. That's where a lot of them all settled. There were a couple crazies that went and tried to the westward expansion days. They didn't make it though, but they went down. And then the other people were from like Ireland and Portugal. So I was pretty much like, my grandmother didn't speak English until I think she was like 50 years old or something like that.
Yeah, well, you and I both come from an immigrant family. My grandpa, his dad was actually an immigrant from Scotland, and then he ended up becoming a missionary in China. So my grandpa is not only an immigrant from China, but also from Scotland. And then my grandmother spoke Swedish when she came here. He's completely 100% Swedish. My grandpa is 100% Norwegian. So it's like almost my entire family is complete immigrants. Like, they just came over here later.
My dad's line almost ended during the Revolution, though. There was a guy who was like either an aide of Washington, or he was like a corporal or some type of like person in the field that was with Washington in upstate New York, and he got shot. And I mean, he survived and he had kids, but he ended up losing, I think it was an arm or a leg or something. So if back in the day, if you got hit by one of those musket things, those musket balls, I mean, it did a lot of damage. So if it was just a few, I think, inches or centimeters or whatever, that relative wouldn't have made it, and then my dad's line would have been kaputs, because there were 3 family members that fought in the Revolution. As far as I know, only one survived. One died in Vermont, and one died at, I want to say Lexington and Concord. I don't remember. I'd have to look at our dad's ancestral line.
And thank you for the super chat. Leroy says, one more question: how long will it take to beat Sword Art Hollow?
Hollow Realization is a about 50-hour game, something like that.
That's cool. Well, that's awesome, you guys. Everyone's saying like, I don't know how we got on this topic again. Sorry.
Playing as a Viking. I mean, yeah. Vikings bring up the past.
Yeah, I mean, somebody said, hey, is there any Vikings here? Like, I had to say I am.
I'm not.
I definitely am. And
I've got.
At first, I was like, what?
I was just gonna say I have a Minuteman bloodline, and I think on the Irish side that my grandfather said we were related to like knights or something. Which is my whole fascination with knights, with my grandfather, who you guys know is no longer with us, but he used to tell all kinds of stories that he heard from Ireland, and you know, Scotland and things like that. And he would, I don't know, he always painted like this really interesting picture from like what his family talked about, you know, from generation to generation. The coat of arms that my mom's side has is very cool. Has a lot of history to it, going back long time, medieval days. And you know, I think it was part of the reason why a lot of our family members on the Irish side served in both the military or as police officers or EMTs and firefighters. Like, there were a lot of heroes and warriors on that side of the family. And I still have, I got the coat of arms after he passed away. I have it somewhere. I wanted it because when they were going to put the house up for sale, you know, what happens to things that family members don't take. So I got permission to get the coat of arms that used to be hanging up in his room, so I have it somewhere.
That's awesome, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people in the chat are saying, like, somebody's saying, got Scottish, and somebody's
Oh, that was not one of mine. Oh, that was one of mine.
I am Native American and Italian.
Nice.
It's cool. And Turtle Fan says he doesn't know much, but about his ancestors, except for his great uncle has a statue on the island.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty awesome.
What I don't like is how back in the day in the 90s, it would be very easy to research like your genealogy, like your family history. But then I want to say by the early 2000s, you had a lot of these websites start charging people for basically information that was kind of free.
Yeah.
And they make a killing on people like searching up their ancestry and stuff now.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be stuff that you could get access to.
Joshua says his mom did research and it seems like he's also part Viking. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Get the Viking skin in Fortnite.
Somebody is asked me, do I like dragons? Do I?
Amber loves dragons.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think Vikings are so cool, because they had dragons carved into their ships. And, you know, me being a huge fan of Nessie and everything like this, like, you know, I love thinking about maybe they saw something out there. Like, why did they carve that on their ship, you know? What did they see that they base that off of? It's just really interesting. What kind of monsters did they encounter with
I believe
with
that
their ships out there on the high seas?
I think we've had this conversation in Assassin's Creed stuff or like some other like mythology series that we've done, but I really believe that giant sea monsters and creatures like that did exist, because when modern scholars and stuff and scientists talk about creatures of the deep and other things, there's no way that these massive creatures would really show up in the modern world, because the modern world is so loud. The reason why there were so many stories of like seamen from all different nationalities and countries and time periods is because we didn't have motorboats until the modern age. These noises, these loud engines and these cars and these planes and all these different machines, they make a lot of noise. Whereas back in the day, the Mayflower, it just didn't really sound like much on the ocean's waves. Also, it looked like a big creature, but it didn't make noise. It felt like somebody was swimming or something. Or it looked like another big creature was swimming. So when these massive things would submerge and attack these sailors on these wooden boats, I really believe there was a lot of truth to that. It wasn't just people were delirious on the high seas. But you'll never see that stuff in the modern age, because even when we take our submarines down in the darkest depths of the ocean, those things are loud. They're not quiet. There's no such thing as a really quiet machine.
Well, like, if you think about, like, St. George and the Dragon and all this stuff, where, you know, there's this huge famous story where he's fighting the dragon, and there's all these stories of knights fighting them, and then people today say, well, humans and dragons were never around at the same time. And it's like, well, why are there so many stories from every culture of the whole world?
There's too much of a coincidence for it to be, like, just made up.
I'm not afraid to say it. I believe that the Vikings obviously saw dragons. There's no way they couldn't have not seen them.
They saw something.
They saw, whatever they saw was carved into their ship.
And they also carved them into their shields, their banners.
That's what I think is so cool when you see, like, you know, people from all kinds of crazy cultures, not crazy cultures, but you've seen all kinds of crazy things from cultures all over the world carved into, you know, the clothes and the shields and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't believe that they just made that up. How could everyone coincidentally make up the same
But look at Canada, for instance. When the pandemic happened and things were shut down, recently they just discovered giant mooses, like, that are size of like SUVs and bigger. And before, you know, they were just kind of like, that kind of stuff doesn't exist. And because there was no traffic going up and down the highways, you know, you had people filming this like, oh my gosh, there can't be mooses this big. This has to be something that isn't feasible, because the modern way of life tells you that this stuff isn't possible because you can't see it, you can't hear it, and you'll never be able to hear it. The only way is if like society, the modern society, was shut down for like months and months and months, or maybe even a year, and these things that are just hanging out in dark parts of the forest or the oceans just come up.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, especially.
And they won't, because the world just doesn't stop.
You actually see a recreation of a Viking ship. It could fit inside this room.
Viking ship actually looked like a monster, kind of.
It looks like a monster, but yeah, exactly. But it's not really that big.
Also, think about it. When these oars and stuff would be in the ocean, what if you were a sea monster or something, and you looked up and you saw like this massive ship, this wooden ship that had all these like different legs and stuff like that? It looked like some type of creature. So maybe when those things came up, you know, to attack those ships, they thought they were being threatened by like an even bigger creature or a creature of the same size.
Well, I mean, and that's why, like, I feel like back in the day where the world was scary, you couldn't just, like, right now, if I'm freaked out, I can turn all the lights on in my house and sit there and turn the TV on and all these electronics and feel better. But, like, back then, if you were freaked out and you thought there was a monster around or you felt a little creepy, you couldn't turn all your lights on and turn your car on and turn all these motors on. You were just in the darkness alone with whatever that was. And I feel like that's why, like,
yeah, I'm kind of glad that I live in modern times, because I don't think I could have survived in colonial times or.
That's like why.
I couldn't.
When you look at like the new Valhalla thing, like where their belief system is so important, like all these older cultures, their belief system is they're willing to do all these sacrifices and everything for their belief system. They're hanging on to it because it's so important. Because it's so, for me, I would be so freaked out. You know, it'd be so important. They would need to, you know, pray to whoever, you know, they believe in. Like, it would be so important because that would be, you know, you have no chance against these people, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, even back in the day, like, even in like the 90s and 2000s, people were saying, well, there's no such thing as a kraken, there's no such thing as a giant squid.
And then they found the giant squid.
And then they found this 50-foot giant squid. So people are saying, like, well, there's no such thing as this.
And they said mutation, and it's like, but isn't it interesting that kraken is around the same size as what sailors of like the 1400s said that attacked them?
That's why I always believe in like every, like people say myth or, you know, legend. I believe in every legend there has to be some truth to it, because why would everybody be talking about the same thing? Like, I hate it when modern people are saying, well, they were just dumb back then. Really? They were able to navigate the entire ocean using just their brain and being able to figure out, calculating the direction that they needed to tilt their ship based on them calculated out in their mind and figuring it out based on the, you know, the degree that they needed to shift the paddle based on the angle of the sun to where they are. Really? Could you do that today? I don't think so. Like,
my phone might be able to do that, but I don't think I could.
You really think that people back then were dumb? They were not dumb. Like, they were smart. They're not idiots. Like, I don't, yeah. So, yeah, to answer your question, I do like dragons, and
that went off topic.
That's one of the cool things I think I like about Vikings, and, you know, that they have the dragon ships. I've always wanted Luke to make me, like, a dragon, like, people have literally carved, like, out of wood, like, a dragon, like, bed kind of thing. That would freak me out, because if I got up in the middle of the night and I saw this dragon face staring at me, oh my gosh. But I do want to collect, like, I love the Viking shields and stuff like that. They're so cool. Like,
I will tell you guys from personal experience, like, when we lived in upstate New York, like, not me and Amber, but when I was a kid, I lived, like, right near the forests of upstate New York, right between Ticonderoga and some other stuff. And since it was, like, a small little town with a population of, like, I want to say back then, and probably, like, 1990, there was maybe a population of like 500 people in the town, maybe. It was pretty freaky Like, when we would lose power back in the 90s, like in this like small little town, it's not like we were close to Albany or the closest big area for us to drive to would have been Bennington, Vermont. And when we would lose power, you would be without power for like, oh my gosh, about almost a week. So when I was really little and we would lose power because we would get nasty tornadoes and stuff like that, like really big ones. And my house was so close to the woods that when everything was all quiet in that town, like you would hear things like coming from the forest. It was just terrifying. And when civilization was running as normal and the highways were going and, you know, all the loud machines and generators of people's houses were doing its thing, you wouldn't hear anything from the forests. So it just, I don't know. There's something that lives with humans somewhere. And thank God for modern civilization, because we don't have to worry about it, because it spooks them. That's my take on it. And also, whenever we didn't have power, I never went near any of those old Revolutionary War sites or anything. I would just stay in my house and hope for the best. Like, don't go out.
Yeah, I think you and I both lived in...
And I would never, ever, ever go out and play on the days in upstate New York when there was a fog. Like, when there was a fog and it was, like, really misty and freaky, I would always stay in the house. Doesn't matter how bored I was, I would never go out. Just, no. None of my friends would either. Like, we'd just stay home and play video games or, like, watch Fox Kids or something. You didn't want to be out exploring the woods of, you know, these older, history-rich towns in, you know, the foggy days. Because when it would fog and stuff, that's when weird stuff would happen.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that's why I feel like in areas that there's a lot of fog, I feel like there's a lot more sightings of things that are really huge, like take Loch Ness and stuff. It's extremely foggy.
You'll never see, like, the times where people saw Nessie and Champ, that's over, because they're, you know, in the 40s and stuff like that, there wasn't that many loud machines. You had a couple automobiles and stuff, but it wasn't like the normal.
I personally, Chad says kaijus are coming, but
I'm wondering.
I mean, I don't know. Like, that's the thing, is like, for me, I don't know. Like, everyone's like, well, there's no possibility. It's like, well,
sure, EMP wave takes out all the technology on the Earth. Then we'll see if kaijus are real.
You don't know. Why would they talk about it? Like, but yeah, it's just like
Gaiaka.
I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, it's just like, just because the things don't come out doesn't mean they're not still there.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's the thing, is like,
I don't like that.
You know, like, it's not like things are just gonna disappear, like, because there's all these lights on. They're not coming out really anymore, but it doesn't mean necessarily.
Oh, we don't know how far, like, bigger creatures are coming out. I mean, I don't think they get close to human civilizations anymore.
I mean, yeah, I do believe the more that human civilization encroaches on the forests and the oceans and stuff, I do think that whatever monsters or things that are there would eventually have to become smaller than they originally were, because, like, they don't have any more room to grow. But I do still think they can't totally disappear, like, and stuff. That's what I believe.
But I'm not going to go put that theory to the test. Like, I still think those people that went in the...
Of course, who knows? There could be something huge.
When people would go deep into the forest and do those weird films and stuff like that in Massachusetts and New York, like, to try to prove things, and they would get separated from people, like, there are still people that go on these, like, stupid expeditions where they try to prove stuff and they don't come back.
That's the thing, is, like, that's why I got so fascinated with Nessie.
Ugh.
Because, like, Nessie, I don't know if people know, is like, whatever is down in Loch Ness, people have tried to explain it away in so many ways, but there's no way you can explain it. if you actually read, like, I think I've read, by the time I was like 12, I think I read over 50 books on Nessie.
Oh my gosh.
I got so interested because I'm Scottish, and I just thought this is so interesting. And like when I read like my first book, it was really interesting. And then after that, like you know, I thought there were people that were like, well, no, we're gonna go in, and every time they would send an expedition to prove that Nessie didn't exist, exactly, people would get sucked under, and basically they would have all these teeth in their submarine, and they would just get jostled around, and sometimes people would literally get sucked under and just disappear. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, there's definitely, like, that's why I realized, like, after researching about Nessie versus Champ, which is like a similar monster in Lake Champlain, Champ has never really eaten anyone, but Nessie's angry. You don't want to go in there. Alright, I'm over here, sorry. But I just, yeah, it's, I mean, I don't know, it's interesting because you can't really say, like, oh, well, there's no definitive proof. Well, if everybody who keeps trying to research it keeps disappearing, then of course there's not going to be any proof. Like, nobody's going to want to go there anymore. So, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, it's interesting. Yeah, so maybe that's why, like, yeah, you married a reason over here, so.
Oh, I know.
At least I'm fun. See, I ran out of Nessie to research, so I moved on to other things. So. See, I'm never really interested in things that people already know. That's why, like, people always are like, well, why don't you just get, you know...
I mean, it just makes sense, though, like, because I actually had a professor who brought it up in college. He was like, the reason why there aren't sightings for these supposed mythical creatures anymore is because modern technology and modern sound. He says it's kind of like human civilization subconsciously has created like a way of keeping, you know, potential dangers or predators away with the noise that we make.
Did I ever tell you about that?
Just by how our civilization runs.
They had that episode of Monster Quest on have you ever seen those old maps that they draw those weird freaky like monsters on them? So there's a monster on those old maps, you know, there be monsters here, etc. There's a monster on that map that kind of looks like a manatee, but it has a forked tongue and it has teeth, and it's like this weird, creepy, weird monster. Like, nobody's ever seen a monster like that. It's only drawn on like really old sailor maps. But there was an episode of Monster Quest where there literally was this weird monster that washed up, and then washed up. It was literally playing in the water. I can't remember. It was near where your family actually is, in Florida. And it had a forked tail, and it looked exactly like the monster that was drawn on those maps. And no one had ever seen it before. And this guy was fishing. He was just fishing down in Florida. He filmed it for like 5 minutes, and the thing, you could clearly see it had a forked tail. Like, it had a trident tail. It had these teeth. It was like this mini whale-like thing with this trident tail and these teeth. And like, literally, he was filming it for like 5 minutes because he was sitting there fishing. He put down his fishing pole and he just started filming it. And they did this thing. They did this thing on Monster Quest where they went over it, and then they had every analyst in the book analyze it away and go, well, it was probably just a manatee that swam 500 miles
Got
off...
a trident stuck on his thing.
That swam 500 miles off course from, you know, some kind of, like, place it was supposed to be in Bermuda, and then suddenly got hit by somebody's motor on their motorboat, and then their fin got all messed up and ended up like looking like a trident. And so they like explained the most ridiculous explanation I've ever heard, but it still didn't explain why this thing had teeth and was eating these fish. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, like, this thing like literally came out of, like, this thing looked exactly like the thing that they drew. Like, it looked exactly the same. If you guys ever see the Monster Quest episode, these people just explained it away. And I just thought, this is so interesting because...
That wasn't an explanation that's really...
It doesn't make any sense. They didn't explain it away. They just made up excuses.
I could believe maybe that the thing showed up, like, you know, 500 miles from wherever, but the fact that then its tail, and then this,
Yeah,
and this, and this.
They had said that,
That's
somehow
too many things.
a motorboat had to have hit it exactly in the right spot. And the fact that they said that it was a manatee, I'm pretty sure manatees are pretty peaceful. They don't have huge fangs.
Usually.
So, I don't know. I get so annoyed by scientists that they will not, like, just like Jack Sparrow in, you know, the, one of those, what are those? I love those movies. I can't remember the name of them.
Well, one
But,
other thing I wanted to say,
he said
too.
the world is getting smaller because everything that he believed in, people don't believe in anymore. Like, the mermaids were disappearing,
Well,
everything was disappearing, and he was saying the world was getting smaller.
It's not just that the world is loud, too. Like, electricity, like, it actually buzzes. It makes a noise that animals can tell when something's on, and when, you know, it's like, we can't hear all the time, like, the different things that are currently in motion in our society. Sometimes you can. If there's something wrong with your electricity, you can kind of hear the noise it makes, like the, you know. But you have all these different things that are happening on a 24-hour basis that just kind of act as a, you know, don't come near this thing because, as an animal, I don't know what it is, you know. And that's why we don't see, like, those big mooses, and we don't see a lot of those other weird things that have been popping up the past, like, 3 months. Sometimes I can hear, when I'm having issues with my surge protector over there, you can kind of hear the noises.
Oh yeah, like that noise. And who knows, like, to animals and stuff, they can probably hear that 10 times louder.
And you also
Like
we have a power station near us too. When we drive out from where we live, you can kind of hear the electricity, like those big what are they, like power generators or the power? They're like, I don't know if they call them powers. It's not like it's this big box that has a lot of the electricity for this part of the town we live in.
Yeah.
And when you go past it, you can hear it making like the vroom, 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 you know?
Yeah,
or the
so-
whatever electricity noise.
But yeah, like, I don't know. That's why that one episode that I watched was so interesting to me because
Modern society is loud.
it's like I actually thought some of those monsters were made up, but the fact that that thing was exactly to a T the way that it actually looked, the way they drew it, it showed me they were not they didn't just draw monsters to scare. Like, I was told when I was younger, they drew monsters to scare people so they wouldn't go there.
I would have drawn monsters to scare people on my property.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they did not make the monsters up. The monsters on the sea map, they were drawing. It's true, they were drawing what they saw. I mean, it's crazy, though. Because some of those monsters don't look normal. They look insane. Like, how could anything like that exist? Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, like, I like dragons, but in reality, I think, like, I love How to Train Your Dragon and stuff, like, and, like, Simon's the same stuff. Like,
You like How to Train Your Dragon because of the Viking edge to it.
I love the Vikings and the idea that
If the Vikings weren't in it, or I don't think you would have liked How to Train Your Dragon as much as you did.
Because I think that Vikings saw dragons, that's why I think it's so interesting. I think that Vikings and dragons are extremely connected. And I think that's kind of cool that they put both of those things in one movie. You know, series. But, like, I don't, in reality, when I research stuff about dragons or people that think they saw them or, you know, interesting things like that, it's scary to me to death. Those things are scary. If there was really a dragon, you know, if I came face to face with a sea monster, that thing would eat me in a heartbeat. It's scary. They're scary. They're cool, but they're extremely scary. I would not want to meet a dragon in real life. The thing would eat me in one go.
Oh yeah, guys, no copyrighted music. Don't write lyrics in the chat, please.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I find it very fascinating, but at the same time, it's you know, those things are scary.
I wouldn't want to run into a dragon. No thanks.
Yeah. I think dragons are really awesome,
I don't think there's that many of them.
But
If there's, I personally don't believe dragons exist after medieval era.
I do believe that sea dragons are still dragons to me. Nessie, I consider that a sea dragon. And maybe there is something else in the water that's more dragon-like. You know,
Because I mean, there were too many paintings of people destroying dragons in both China during medieval times, like England, Scotland, Ireland. You know.
Just think about all the stories of dragons attacking towns and burning
And
into the ground.
as far as I know, because I studied a lot of like the colony history and stuff like that, there were no depictions of like giant lizards in America with the colonists. So after like medieval times, you don't really see those type of creatures anymore. Like they're all gone, extinct, or hunted, or killed, or whatever.
Except for in the sea and possibly.
Well, the sea is kind of impossible.
Yeah.
The sea, I mean, if the creatures are able to survive, like, really, you know, the pressures of the ocean, because humans can't. Humans we can't withstand the pressure over a certain amount. We're done.
Yeah, like they said, we've actually explored more over the surface of the moon than we have the surface of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
That's crazy.
the fact that we know more about the moon than we do our own ocean is... And that's exactly why I don't like going in the water.
I saw somebody online asking, like, if Aquaman is in the game, do you think Mira's going to be in it? It's like, I think Warner Brothers is going to be distancing Mira quite a bit.
I really hope that they come with an actress who's way cooler than Mira, and puts that lady to shame in so many ways. Not just what she did, but also her acting to shame. And, you know, I hope they find an actress who's 10,000 times...
They need to find a real redhead. Stop being mean to gingers.
Hey, I'm...
Uh-oh.
I don't have any acting experience. And it's probably...
I mean, it would be cool if Mira was in the game, but I don't think now is a good time.
Mira exists on her own, and she's not... I mean... She doesn't have to be associated with people that portray her.
Mm-hmm.
But... You know... Yeah, I probably wouldn't put Mira in.
Not the current actress, no. Which, I mean, they can recast her, so... Good job, guys. How many rounds did I do with that team? Was that 2? Or was that 1? Who was keeping track?
But yeah, I agree with your commentary that you said also comments about those old stories, like biblical accounts and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of crazy behemoth stories and, you know, all kinds of stuff.
I think that was 2. I think that was 2 with that team.
You know, but I think dragons are awesome. When I was little and I used to
you holding on to Shadow?
When I used to research Nessie and stuff, I used to have dreams that I would end up training Nessie or like whatever. But it would never. I don't think that could ever happen.
That feels like that was 2, because I think 1 round like happened like really fast. So let's
But like
do it again.
In China, they have stories of sky dragons, which is interesting.
Not after a certain point, though.
I know, but the sky dragons were supposedly like it's almost like the way that they like flew in the clouds was almost like they were swimming in the sky, which is really interesting.
Yeah, no. What I didn't like about a lot of the medieval stories is sometimes the dragons or the thunder lizards or whatever they used to call them, like, they weren't really attacking civilizations, but sometimes they did. Sometimes there were certain ones that would go and attack stuff, but the knights and squires and other people would just go out to hunt these like massive creatures for glory and basically clout. Like back in the day, like what, you know.
It would have been better if they had just, I mean, if those things had really been around during those times, if they had just left some of them alone, it would have been so great for today, because then we would still have them around. It would be so awesome. In the other hand, if those things were still around today, it would also be terrifying.
There's one account of either it was a British airman or an American airman during World War II, like near the Bermuda Triangle, where they were flying maneuvers and somebody thought they almost ran into a pterodactyl, or a big winged creature.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories like that, especially
because there was no zeros and there was nothing else except for like American plane or a British plane that was flying around at that point. That's the only account of a dinosaur or a dragon that I remember hearing in, quote, the modern age.
Actually, the Old West.
Old West is not modern.
Oh, okay.
Old West is not modern. You can say that the 40s kind of was part of the modern, times.
Actually,
kind of.
There are 2 places on Earth where people believe that possible dragons or thunder lizards still exist. And I'm not talking about sky ones. I'm talking about ones that are huge. I'm talking about sauropods.
Yeah, sky dragons were hunted for different things.
There's still accounts of dragons being around in the Congo, in Africa, and also in,
What is my favorite cap?
in the Amazon.
Are you talking like ball cap? This is my favorite hat. I have a Nightwing hat somewhere, but I don't know where it is. All right, here we go. First round with this team, guys. First round with this team. Let's go. And then we'll do two rounds with this, and then we'll bring one final team in. Somebody says, I love the old season better. You know what I'm noticing about this? I'm not really big into Fortnite, but it feels like with all these land masses limited, and then it's turning into these massive bloodbaths. Like, when you come out of the water and you're running around with your team, I never remember matches ending this quickly. Like, where literally both teams are just, like, blasting each other so quickly on these tiny little islands that it just goes like that. I mean, I kind of like it because for streaming purposes and playing with you guys, it seems to work pretty well, but I really remember where 2 matches could literally take about 20 or 30 minutes each. You know, these massive islands where everybody is just kind of barely getting any cover and just running around and shooting each other in like this massive arena. I don't know. Hi. Dragons are fun.
Oh yeah, okay, Randy was looking at Sky Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad is saying, do Komodo dragons count? I mean, I believe that Komodo dragons are kind of like the modern day kind of, like, you know, it gives you an idea of what, you know, it would have been like to be near a huge lizard. I mean, it would have been like that, but, you know, Komodo dragons are huge, but they're not huge. So, but, no, I mean, I think that, you know, I think Komodo dragons are like dragons.
I'm a firm believer that some of those creatures that were destroyed, like during the Middle Ages, I don't think they were all what you would consider to be like a regular depiction of a dragon, like a fire-breathing thing.
Oh yeah.
There was some, it was either Scottish or British mural that kind of made me upset because it looked like a long-necked dinosaur was being killed by knights just for existing.
Yeah, and the long neck ones were generally plant eaters.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't really harm anyone anyway.
So it feels like us as a society, like even our ancestors, and mine particularly because I have an ancestry of knights on my that's part of. People ask me like, why do you have such a fascination with knights and stuff, and why is your name Nightwing? It's like it comes from the DC Comics thing. It also comes from my love and respect of medieval times, and I am related to knights, like on my grandfather's side, from Ireland and other things like that. So one of the hobbies that my grandfather gave me because he didn't like me watching too much TV and playing video games is he and I would used to collect like these little metal knight figures that you would order from London or England or Britain or something like that. They were like these little knights about this big. There were two. You had the gray knights that looked like your very romanticized King Arthurian or whatever you want to call them, like style, and then you would have essentially what looked like, I guess, Persian knights with the black armor or something like that, and that was your knight set. As far as I know, they still make them in London, but they're very rare in America to get.
Ooh, Luke, we could do that.
No, they in the 80s they stopped making them metal though in America, and they became plastic, and then they would break so easily. So the ones my grandfather had from like the olden days, after World War II or whatever, they were in pretty cool condition. But yeah, we watched an infomercial once on them, and then he started collecting them, and he told me like cool stories about knights and things like that. And I would get books and stuff when we'd go out, and when I saw, because I had a book on dragons where it showed that this was back in the 90s and 80s where it was okay to believe in the supernatural or believe in dinosaurs still existing and things like that without some scientific like jerk just being like, you're stupid because science says this. But it's like, but you guys change what science says all the time, and then you're just like, oh, that was just like an update to the, it's like, but didn't you just change what you originally thought about something? So I mean,
yeah, the original definition of science is that it's always,
always changing.
You always have hypotheses and theories until those are proven wrong by something else that comes along with new information. So the fact that people are always kind of
that science is absolute,
hypocritical,
yeah.
and kind of like, I don't remember the term for it.
Oh no,
but,
we're gonna die.
They're hypocritical in saying that, like, well, science says this, you can't have another opinion than science. It's like, but by the very definition of science,
Batman Viking.
Science always changes. Science is always supposed to be pursuing truth, but what science pursues today is a narrative that they decide to say, and then they try to, say, well, this is what science has shown, and we're not going to go into it. But the whole point of science is to keep exploring and just keep questioning.
Yeah. So the whole night thing, the research and the love for that started with my grandfather, and also like the room that I used to stay in at my grandparents' house, it had the coat of arms of my family, from my grandfather's side. Like it was his coat of arms, because my family, as far as I know, Dad's side doesn't have a coat of arms because we weren't European colonists.
I must have a coat of arms. I know my family. I know who my family is from Scotland, and it's pretty cool. But don't go into it. But you heard me drone on about that so much. But like I never knew my coat of arms though. But I must have a coat of arms.
If you're Swedish or
no, I'm talking about my Scottish side.
From your Scottish side, it's possible.
I'm related to. I don't want to say. It freak people out. I'm related to an illegitimate heir of a royal family in Scotland, and that through that royal family, they're no longer actually on the throne right now because they were taken over by William of Orange, kicked them out. So the people that are currently on that throne actually are related to William of Orange, which means my family got kicked out. So, but they're
bots.
Yeah, they must have a coat of arms because that family is related to, goes down. My grandmother showed her lineage all the way down through that royal family, and then down through the guy that I'm directly related to is the author, the Scottish author. I forgot what his name is. Sir Walter Scott, who wrote all those night novels and stuff like that. I'm directly related to him.
That's cool.
And my grandma's last name, I would say, but yeah, that's one of the families in my family, like that. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go into. But anyway, I know my tartan and stuff. But that's my Scottish side. But I don't have my. I don't know what my. I don't know what my coat of arms is. That would be curious. But I'm not I'm not related to knights. I'm related to somebody else.
Yeah, Yep.
I don't have any knights in my family.
But yeah, my dad's side is just like they were all poor. They were basically just poor farmers and stuff like that. And 3 were Minutemen. 2 died, I believe, and 1 survived. So, because with the Minutemen, getting back to the Revolution, the reason why they were called that is they had to be ready in a minute's notice. You had to have your musket ready, you had to have your gunpowder, and you had to be ready to fire within less than a minute, and then reload, and, you know, they were kind of like America's first defense, if you think about it. They were basically a militia.
Somebody said, K-Wing, if you're interested in knight figures, try out Mythic Legion's line from 4 Horsemen, who Ringiel produced Hyman toys from Mattel Toys. I didn't really read that very well.
I haven't collected knight figurines in a long time. The last thing that I did with knights, because what happened was after a certain point, I mean, the figures started to get very expensive, and they weren't surviving the move because, like, I never really had a lot of place that was stable for me, so that's why it was kind of heartbreaking for me when my grandfather passed away 2 or 3 years ago now, because my childhood home, the only home I've ever really known my entire life, is gone. Like, I haven't been back to the town I was born in 3 or 4 years now, because there's nothing there anymore. Nothing for me. I mean, yeah, I grew up there or whatever, but it's not my town. The house I grew up in is gone. There's another family going there. It's just kind of, you know, it's hard. So, I mean, I moved around so much that most of that cool stuff that my grandfather and I collected or whatever, it didn't survive the trips. So the little knight figures broke. Probably by the time I was like 12 years old when I moved. I think that's when I moved. I don't remember where I moved when I was 12. I've lived in 4 or 5 different states. Between the time I was 6 years old until I was about 19. And even now, kind of because I'm so used to moving, I can't feel comfortable living in the same house because I have this, like, I forget what they call that syndrome. It's flight or something. I don't remember what it's called. But you can't be somewhere for too long without it starting to drive you crazy. So we lived in the one house in Pennsylvania. We moved after 2 years. We've lived in this house for close to 4 years, and it makes me a little antsy. Like, this is not somewhere where I can see myself living for 10 years. Like, I'm gonna have to move again because it bothers me. I don't feel comfortable after a certain amount of time because I never had a place, a home, where I got to stay and essentially grow up in. I had to move after about every 4 or 5 years we would move. Is what my life was like. So I never really made a lot of friends. I never. I just kept moving around so much.
I both moved around so much. Like by the time I was 5, my parents had probably moved like 10 times. And like, you know, both.
See, this is what I'm talking about. See, look at this massive firefight of all these people just in this kind of like do-si-do of death. Like, it's just like these rounds happen so fast.
I think like you and me are both like recovering from our childhoods because it's too much. Like, I just don't. It's too crazy.
I mean, I wish that when we get a house or whatever, we own one. Maybe then we'll stick around, but...
That's why we're so messed up with all this. These like, weird stories and stuff like this.
I don't say it's messed up.
We're all, like, living by weird old churches and stuff, and, you know, it's just, like, so much pressure on kids that are too kids. It's just not good. I would not ever... If I was ever a pastor or something, I would have my kids involved as little as possible. It really is hard on people's families to do it.
Yeah, I mean...
Especially asking your kids to help so much. You don't really get a childhood. You're working as a kid. You're working to help out with all this stuff. That's part of the reason why you can't...
See how long that takes? I mean, it goes by so quick now because of this water stuff. What do you guys think? How do you feel about this? Do you agree? Like, that it just, like, goes by so quick?
Wait, hello, why are you saying, don't say things like that? Everybody, don't threaten things. I don't know if you're joking or serious, but don't threaten something like that. Everybody here cares about you, and if you are, like, having an issue, we'll definitely keep you in our thoughts and prayers, and there's, you know, places to call and stuff. Like, I don't know if you're joking, but, like, don't joke about that. Thank you to the people that were telling him don't do that.
Alright.
You know, just saying.
I get it.
But we care about you, and you can come. We stream like every night, so don't.
Yeah, we stream every night.
That. Like, don't do that. There's always tomorrow. I don't believe that. I don't know if you were joking or not, but like, honestly, I've gone through horrible things in my life, and you can never have the option that your life will get better if you just think like you're just gonna give up now, because it can get better. It always does.
Life has good days and bad days.
No horrible event in somebody's life lasts forever. I do personally believe that, you know, my personal beliefs, I believe that, you know, the guy upstairs is always watching and making sure that nobody goes through anything that's so horrible that they can't bear it, and it will eventually get better. I do believe that, you know, I personally believe God's watching out for everyone to make sure that, you know, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel if you just keep going. Like, anyway, I'm going to be over here. Just don't, yeah.
So back to the original question for you guys that are playing the new Fortnite. Do you feel that the new skirmishes, like, happen much, much faster than they did before? Because, I mean, when I played the last season, like I said, it felt like things lasted much, much longer. Or they could last for a long time if both teams were pretty even. But it really felt like that was only about 10 minutes. Maybe less. Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. Alright, so, I believe I said this is the last team. I don't remember, because we're getting near the 3-hour mark, and I'm getting kind of tired. So... I'm so sorry, Scully. I'm so sorry, buddy. It's rough. Can we get somebody to ready up, guys? Because I got some more stuff I have to do tonight. I'm also probably going to get to bed before 2 or 3 a.m. tonight. That's the plan anyway. No, you didn't make my stream longer. Yeah, Aquaman isn't out yet. I already made the thumbnail, so I can't go back and fix it. I spent some time making that thumbnail, so I'm not going to change it. Aquaman appeared in the intro to this video, and also like we were looking at some of his skins, something like that. And we did one of the Aquaman challenges today. No, we don't do extra skins. All right, here we go. Next match, and then one more after this, guys, and that's it. You have to do challenges in order to get Aquaman. That's correct.
That's awesome, Sons. Sons of Gaming said he's gone through really difficult things in his life, but he's pushed through it all. That's awesome, Sons of Gaming.
I could write a book on all the horrible things that happened to me.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I need more sleep. I need more sleep? Maybe. Maybe a little bit. Alright. I think I may be able to do one more after this, but I don't know. I'm getting kind of foggy a little bit. A little hazy. Just because I still have to do... I have to at least render... I really should upload the Pokemon episode, so you can just render it. Oh wow, what is this place? Like a creepy cornfield. Amber, you didn't do anything wrong, per se. Alright, so we got this here. I reel you in whenever you get a little weird. That's what I do. Okay, that's one of my guys. I already have that gun. Have at it. What's going on here? Ooh, what is that? I already have that gun, don't I? Yeah. I already have that thing. This was fun playing as the Viking guy. I enjoyed it. I wish I could play as Aquaman, but I mean, it's gonna be kind of weird seeing Aquaman running around with weapons other than his trident. Not gonna lie. It's a little weird. So, those of you guys that know about the Aquaman thing, let me ask you straight up. Is Aquaman something that's going to be happening every week, like with a challenge, or are they daily challenges? Like, how does this work? Let me know in the comment ticker right there. It's so weird seeing everything submerged.
People want to know what your favorite Spider-Man villain is.
My favorite Spider-Man villain? Probably Green Goblin. Maybe. Or Doc Ock.
I don't think there's lots of
No, I don't have any update on WB Games, guys. The only company that's talking about the possibility of a sale is CNBC still. Forbes got rid of their article, and one other publication or news outlet got rid of their thing. I'm also following some key like business news figures, and they have never brought up the sale of WB Games just yet. I've also contacted 6 employees of WB Games, and a few from Rocksteady, and one from the Lego company. And the Lego person in Rocksteady got back to me today, and they said we don't comment on rumors and speculation. And the Lego person told me they were fine for the time being. It was the first they were hearing of it, and they told me not to pay attention to social media too much and the internet. They didn't say shame on me or anything like that. They were just like, you've got enough stress. They were like, don't worry about us. We're okay. So, I mean, yeah, the Lego people told me. I don't think that they know 100% what's going on. I gave them the link to the CNBC article, and I mean, he didn't seem too bothered by it. But I mean, also, it's not like that person is a developer at Traveler's Tales or whatever. It's a person who does PR. Well, it's not just that, but PR people don't know everything that's happening with the company. They just know the PR stuff, usually.
What is your... Marty says, what is your favorite kind of ice cream?
I also like cookies and cream. I like cookie dough. Although cookie dough has like a strange aftertaste now, so I can't really have a lot of cookie dough. It gives me kind of like a stingy aftertaste. You're a little weird, but I love you. So. Alright, we should have a dance party. He's not gonna make it. Why? I can't... Oh, no. No, I wanted to dance. Wakanda versus Amazons? Like DC versus Wakanda? Okay, it's not fair to pit DC against Marvel because Marvel is mostly technological based and mutations. DC are essentially gods. So the Amazons are like super strong. They're not just like regular people running around without any abilities. Wakandan are people with advanced technology and, you know, skills of hunting and warriors and stuff like that. The Amazons are a civilization that's been around before the time of man, and they're magical in nature. They're not human. They have demigod powers, a lot of them. I would say that Zack Snyder's version of the Amazons that you saw in Justice League would have a difficult time fighting the Wakandans. But the comic book versions of the Amazons versus Wakanda, they would win. In terms of movie universes, DC Cinematic Universe Amazons are not as powerful as their comic book counterparts. They were made much weaker so that they were easily destroyed by things like guns and things like that. Yeah. It wasn't like that in the comics. Amazons, especially going by the Justice League animated series, the Amazons were like demigods. They just seem kind of like regular women who were very strong in Zack Snyder's movie and Wonder Woman's movie.
I don't understand why somebody's asking if we read the chat. We're answering our question in the chat right now. We've been reading the chat this whole time.
Yeah, I've been answering questions as best of my ability.
I've been answering questions in the chat. I don't really understand that question.
Once in a while, I read the chat. Sarcasm.
We stream just like every other streamer. If we just stopped the video and just started like staring at the phone and reading the chat, that wouldn't be either.
I stream almost every night around 9 o'clock or 8:30. For the most part. Usually we have 3 uploads that go up a day. Noon, 3 o'clock, and 6 p.m. with streams anywhere between like 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 or 11. And then on my other channel, I usually have streams at 11 o'clock at night, like twice a week. That's what I try to do. But yeah, guys, I don't know what to make of the Warner Brothers thing. Like, I'm probably gonna stick with what, you know, some of my contacts and sources said. If there are some bigger news outlets that are reporting on this, the first people that I'm gonna reach out to is gonna be those WB people, and then you know, I'll try to reach out to some of those like business publications, but they don't. Those business outlets, they don't talk to YouTubers or internet people. Like, these are people that are just used to dealing with like Wall Street stuff or the Dow and all that other stuff. I don't even know really a lot about trading and companies for sale and all that other stuff. That's not my wheelhouse. So
If anyone wants to friend this person in the chat, Springhorse9812, you guys can definitely friend him. Also, Springhorse, if you want to friend us, I believe our name is Kwing Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So just send a friend request to Kwing Reviews, and we will add you. If you want to, you can friend Luke. He's playing right now, and then you'll be able to get in with a match. I don't know, probably not tonight.
You won't be able to get into a match
tonight.
tonight.
Next time we play Fortnite.
Yeah, depending on how long it takes to
Anyway, I love your videos from Titan's Laws.
Thank
Titan
you.
Laws.
Depending on how long it takes to, whoa, gosh, how long the Aquaman stuff takes. I'm still waiting to hear back from you guys about what's going on with the Aquaman thing. Like how often.
Yeah, we are gonna do the new Avengers game.
Oh,
When it comes out.
this fall.
I don't know when it comes out.
New Avengers game is this fall.
K-Wing, what day are you going to do the Arkham Origins Blackgate stream?
Arkham Origins Blackgate stream was supposed to be today, Wednesday, but I got a migraine on Monday. I think it was Monday or Sunday night, and that kind of like, that put off streams for several days. My first stream was, did I have a stream yesterday?
I don't know.
Yes, I did XCOM yesterday. So yesterday was my first stream since my migraine. Today is my first stream using webcam again with the bright light. And not gonna lie, the bright light hurts my head. I'm gonna get the Blackgate thing going probably by the weekend is my hope, because I'd really like to start that, because it's important for me to be working on both channels because I need the income from both channels, and I don't really get paid on my one channel anymore for older videos. Like, I'm almost in the same boat as this channel is by not being paid by their legacy stuff. Although I want to share something with you guys. I'm happy to report that I checked some of our recent Disney Infinity videos, and last couple months they were only making about like a penny to 50 cents. They're up to about $2 a month. Which, I mean, it all adds up, but I mean, before we were getting like a penny or a quarter for all our videos that were like in the million and up club now. And now it looks like at least once a month they're going to make like a few dollars. And that's better than nothing, but if we didn't have 7,000 videos, there'd be no way we could make a living on YouTube anymore. So.
You had this question in your Batman stream, but I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. Or somebody was asking you, your thoughts on the Superman show with Lois, but I thought they stole the idea from Dean Cain.
Yeah, Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher met with Warner Brothers about pitching a show about Superman and his family based on the Dan Jargon's Superman and Family run, where Jonathan Kent would be in the picture, and also they wanted to kind of, what's the word am I looking for? Lois and Clark left on a kind of a cliffhanger, sort of. There was a baby that was left on Lois and Clark's doorstep. So Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher had been talking to WB Television before Terry was really involved with the CW again. Like, she became a part of the CW, and so did Dean. So they were talking to different people, and their idea eventually turned into the Tyler Superman family show with his Lois, which I don't know what Dean feels about that. He hasn't really talked about it.
Well, I'm mad because it was Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher as Lois and Clark, and I'm angry because they told them that they didn't want to do that. Like, oh no, and then they got somebody else.
And then
to do it.
a couple years later, that
They
idea
stole their
resurfaced.
idea.
Yeah.
They should have had the idea copyrighted, and then they should sue the living daylights out of the people that are doing it now. That's what I would do. So yeah, no, I don't want to watch the show because they stole it from Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain, and it was very rude. And
I think Tyler. I think Tyler is a good Superman, but I don't like the direction that they're going with the show. Like, the CW said that they didn't think like the family element would work with like Jonathan being a baby. So what they did is they created twins that are teenagers. So you got more of that like weird drama CW-ness. Jonathan Kent is in it, but he's a teenager now. Like after Crisis on Infinite Earths, like baby Jonathan, who was just born during Crisis on Infinite Earths, when Superman finally makes it back to Earth after Crisis or whatever, he finds out that he has 2 sons, and those 2 sons are teenagers.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's not even the same Lois that he was married to, you know? That to me is just, I don't know. I would have liked to see the actual family element of the show, you know? I would have liked to see little baby Jonathan and
I would have liked to see the baby.
And Lois and Clark like being newly married and stuff like that, but nope. Nope. That's not what the CW is giving people. So I honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not.
Somebody said in the chat, if they have Aquaman in this game, they really should put Black Manta.
If they have Aquaman in this game, they should put Black Manta, and they really need to put Wonder Woman in this. Wonder Woman is supposed to have a brand new movie, and yet they're doing the Aquaman thing, which Aquaman came out in 2018, December of 2018.
I really don't understand why, and I don't understand. I think people are gonna hate me for saying this, but with all the success of Wonder Woman and how much people love Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot and how sweet she is, and you know, like how great the movies did when they weren't even supposed to do that great, etc. You know, she's just had so much success. They have not been marketing her at all. They marketed the crap out of that other lady that nobody liked. What's her name? The lady who's mean? The character's name is
Uh-oh. Crazy firefight happening again because everybody is so... Ooh, Black Widow?
Oh,
no?
Everybody likes Black Widow. I'm talking about
I like Black Widow.
The other Marvel lady.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why are they marketing? They have Captain Marvel in every video game, everything. Why are they not marketing?
Wow, that happened way too fast.
Marketing Wonder Woman 10 million times more.
They don't have the money that Disney does.
It's just not fair. Wonder Woman should be in the game. Like that. Why would you market somebody who's mean and ungrateful and somebody who's kind and sweet?
Well, get used to her. She's going to show up in the Star Wars franchise now.
Who is?
Brie Larson. She's going to be Ahsoka. That's what people are saying.
Yeah, I already screamed when I heard that.
Yeah, I'm already over it.
It's like I'm already used to disappointment.
That's what Princess Bride teaches you. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add people to the team. And then, you know... yeah, sorry Garrett, that's what the Superman show is. It's not, the family element is removed.
Well, people are wondering, are we playing the new Star Wars something?
Yes, Star Wars Squadron. We are playing Star Wars Squadron this fall.
Also, if you could add any pop culture, Neon Numb Master 64 wants to know. You could add any pop culture of FORTNITE as a skin, who would it be?
Any pop culture character? Freddy Krueger, RoboCop.
Oh my gosh.
I think RoboCop would be great in this. I think it'd be fun. Like, he could work. He really could. I would put Wolverine in this game. I think Wolverine would be fun. Let's see. Ninja Turtles.
I tend not to remember the names of people that are mean. I block them out of my memory, so I can't read on the computer. I used to do that when I was little. I would purposely not remember people like Lex Luthor. I don't remember who he is. He doesn't deserve to be famous when he's, you know, destroying people's lives to get famous.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Purposely forget the villains.
Hang on, sweetie. So guys, these locks that are right here, Terminator would be really good for this game too. The locks all 5 of these locks have to be done in order for Aquaman to be unlocked? And you're saying that these locks are only unlocked after a certain amount of time. So 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. Is this correct?
Somebody else might be Ahsoka.
Oh, really?
I hope somebody else will be Ahsoka. Like, I hope what's the name? You thought she was gonna be Ahsoka.
Oops, I don't want to do that. There we go, there's Aquaman.
What is Star Wars Squadron?
What is Star Wars Squadron? Level up to unlock new Battle Pass outfits. Complete challenges to unlock styles. There's Aquaman.
I don't even know. I didn't even know that Lois and Clark had an other place besides Star Wars.
They don't. It's a CW thing.
Why are
CW can't do something without.
Why are their creative liberties always messing it up? I have to say, I don't know. It's probably unpopular opinion, but the whole thing of Iris and Wally basically being almost stepbrother and sister, and then ending up together, so weird.
You just messed it up. You said Wally instead of Barry.
Oh, Barry. Oh, damn it. I meant to say Barry and Iris being basically stepbrother and sister, basically their whole lives, from 8 until the rest of their lives, growing up together as stepbrother and sister. And then getting, you know, basically, I don't know if they ended up being married, but they were whatever. And going up, becoming, oh yeah, I guess they're supposed to get married in the comics. That was weird. They needed to not do that. That was too weird. Like, maybe if her dad had helped him find a place to live or something. I don't know. It's too weird.
Yep, but it's Barry, not Wally. Alright, so anyway, guys, the first mission for the Aquaman challenges is done. So I don't know when the next one's going to be available. Probably won't be streaming this game again until next week, when the next challenge is available. So I had a lot of fun, though. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Sorry that Aquaman wasn't unlockable today, but there you can see the undisputed king of the sea right here, ruler of Atlantis. Right there. And I will see you guys with more stuff stream-wise tomorrow. I don't know what I'm streaming tomorrow yet. I can't really stream this game because there's a lot of copyrighted music. There's way too much copyrighted music. There is a way to shut it off, but streaming it would be kind of a mess. So I'm gonna do like a preview video of it for the 19th or 18th, whenever I can publish it, and then I'll probably do stream videos after that, because it's not like a full-blown game that you can just do like, how do I explain this? It's an open-world game with racing elements and legendary cars and all kinds of fun stuff. It's actually pretty fun. I would challenge people to buy it, though, like when it comes out on Friday. I like it. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I'm spent. I hope you guys had a blast. I enjoyed chilling. And we've got more videos for you tomorrow, such as another Dragon Ball Fighters episode featuring Tien. We've got Pokemon at 3 o'clock. Xenoblade is moved to 6 now. And you'll have a live stream at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know what the live stream will be yet, but you'll have a live stream. Alright. You guys have a great night. Thanks so much for hanging out.